Don't get coronavirus in your heart.
What's Dewey?
It's the base.
LOSO__G.
Deacon, the engineer.
That boy.
And we gotta figure. Sorry, I got emails and shit. We gotta figure out this. We gotta adapt. This is the time of adaptation.
This is.
It's called evolution. That was it. That was your speech is done.
Yeah, like.
I got a Ellen. You were right. I should have brought the stand with me.
I thought. Do we have another one of these the little mini stand?
That's what I thought I was going to use
do.
originally was a mini stand, but I never took it from you, so I just left with what I had.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
And now I'm holding my baby. I'm holding the baby's head because I got to talk to it now.
Oh, it's practice.
What?
It's practice for when you become a father, sir.
How have y'all been? How's it going with the whole there's this thing going around called a pandemic? I don't know if you guys heard about it.
I don't know.
You call it?
Is that what they call it out now?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like science. I don't know about that.
The stay at home clause?
Yeah, it's interesting because it's like I feel domesticated now. Like I'm very used to this like stay at home, you know?
Like a pet.
Yeah, man.
He's my pet.
You're the government's pet, bro.
Ooh, yeah, this is the government, bro. They're trying to give us vaccines so that they can control us and 5G.
Oh yeah, with the 5G phones
5G,
and Rona,
I'm just gonna
5G,
bats, monkeys, AIDS, aliens. Words.
I just seen a video of the monkey on the bike snatching people's kids.
That shit was hilarious.
Bro, this monkey's wilding. He got two.
Yo, someone trained that fucking monkey
to just terrorize people.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Mojo Jojo.
That shit was fucking deep.
That monkey's wilding.
Because monkeys are smart as shit. It's like you could teach like monkeys and apes sign language, like they get basic concepts like mathematics, shit like that, just really basic things. But it's like,
what about kids?
They're basically, I mean, that's how I heard it was compared to. They're basically like kids. Like they're as intelligent as like a kid.
There's primates at a zoo, I can't remember which kind, that they picked up the habit of washing their hands.
Orangutans, yeah.
Other people do that shit.
Yo, there's this monkey that spread a disease and took over the world. His name is Caesar. And
oh my god! No joke. This is pretty much the beginning of fucking Planet of the Apes. Like no joke.
Yo, bro.
Like no joke.
The last all those movies, I Am Legend, Last of Us. This is it, bro. People are dying left and right. This is no joke, man.
It's crazy. And what's funny is that people are like protesting. Like stay at home. There's protesting the stay at home orders. Like you didn't see. It was some government building in Michigan where people armed with like AR-15s and shit stormed like a Capitol building to like protest the stay at home orders, and most of them didn't have any masks. They were wearing like camouflage. They were like bunched up together and they were protesting. Like I don't get it. It's really weird. I mean, I get it. They're basically their argument is like, oh yeah, this is another tool for government control. Oh, they're stomping on our, you know, our rights, etc., First Amendment rights, you know, Constitution, this and that, not realizing that they're endangering themselves by like fucking coming out and doing this shit.
Do you guys dislike being home?
No.
Nah, I'm chilling right now. I just miss being able to like chill with other people because, you know, I think we moved towards that phase where, you know, we would go out once in a blue, you more than both of us, Los, like to, you know, that type of scene. But we always did like, you know, get-togethers and like we always chilled at home and we always drank and partied at home.
Yeah.
You know, I like going to house parties and shit like that. Like that's my type of thing. So, I mean, I'm sure, you know, missing the same shit as other people, but I'm used to being home. Fuck it. Grew up in New York in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. I just been watching Mad TV.
Son.
I picked up
like Mad TV or Mad TV.
Oh, both.
Oh, okay.
Nah, I've been watching a lot of binge watching through Netflix.
Did you watch Westworld?
Shit, I knew I had to do something.
It just finished.
I know I had to watch something.
I have been beasting on Insecure, son. That show on HBO.
Yeah.
That show is pretty fucking good. That shit actually started off as a YouTube show.
Awkward Girl. The Awkward Girl?
Yeah.
Diaries of Awkward Black
Girl.
Yeah.
I started watching some.
It was mad funny though when she was Awkward Black Girl. But everything she does on Insecure is like extension of the Awkward Black Girl because it's like that shit is what people really going through, which is jokes.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Who's your favorite character?
Damn, man, it's hard to say. Like, they're all mad cool. That's kind of like the thing. You know how you have other shows where like there's a villain, like these are people just kind of like going through their lives, and like all of them are so like relatable. Who annoys me? No,
don't tell me who your favorite is. Tell me who. Are you Issa or what's the nigga's name?
Are you a black woman?
Lawrence.
Are you Issa or Lawrence?
Oh man,
Team Issa, Team Lawrence, bro.
Were they on a break? Nah, yo, she fucked up. She
cheated on a nigga.
Yeah, but this motherfucker was being a bum too.
He was a big bum. Not a little bum, bro. He was just
being a bum, bro. Yo, son, Edwin, so you don't know, but in the situation at the beginning of season 1, Issa, the woman, cheated on the guy, Lawrence, and they went together for like 5 years. And like 2 of those years, this guy wasn't working. Like she was just supporting him.
4 of them shits.
Nah, I think it was like, was it? I thought it was like 2-3 years. But whatever. She was like supporting him, like everything, while he was trying to do this app that he never ended up doing.
That actually makes sense. That's pretty realistic.
So she ended up cheating. Yeah, but exactly like everybody knows that. Everybody knows a person.
That's super realistic.
But yeah, she ended up cheating on him, and it's just like I don't know. Given everything that's happened from season 1 to season 4 or season 3?
It's 4 now.
Season 4, like I think they're gonna get back together.
The way it's looking, bro, it looks like they get back together but even before we get that far, there's a couple themes they expressed throughout the show. So the first theme was like dealing with a nigga who's never gonna like not never, but who's like not amounting up to anything.
Yeah, facts.
You know,
that's what the guy was at the beginning.
Just being with it. That's like being with a shorty, and you can't really. Well, we can't relate because we always look for the next. You feel me? Like I don't even know what broke look like. I'm playing. We can't relate because we are consistently moving forward or trying to end up somewhere. And we also live like we bounce off each other. So like when I was in my down and out, I looked toward Elwin, who kind of like was a dick about it, but it worked, you know?
Yeah, their dynamics are very much like that. Like in the same way that like we're very direct and like a funny way to each other. Mm-hmm. That's exactly how they communicate.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't feel scripted.
What's it like to have like a group of passive aggressive friends? Like, what is that like? Like, I've only seen shit like that in passing, but like, what?
I'm trying to think of the friends at GA, bro.
He wants us to throw our friends under the bus.
Think about groups of people at GA.
I mean, yeah, like I've seen it. But
having passive aggressive friends, that boy, is like
I feel like it's work.
It's like you have work. Like say you got 9 to 5 wherever, and your friends would rather drink Mad Dog 40/40 instead of having you go home to prepare for your work day for the next day. That's a passive aggressive. That's trash friends. That's what trash friends do.
When I think of passive aggressive friends, I think of work friends.
Oh, you said passive aggressive. Sorry,
just anything.
I made passive aggressive the same thing. I'm sorry.
You made a passive example than aggressive.
Like Mad Dog 40/40. He's befriending homeless people.
They're passive aggressive. They need me.
Yeah, I mean, I've known like individual people who are like really passive aggressive, but it's like being a whole group of friends that's like that. That must be fucking ridiculous. Like,
what the fuck? What would that look like? No, you go first. No, you go first.
What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you feel for? I don't know.
And then when someone suggests something, he's like, nah, I don't want that.
No, I don't know. I guess we can get it. I don't want to, but I don't know.
No. Passive aggressive sounds like a relationship.
Oh.
Well then.
Damn, my service is bad.
Yeah, it's okay, bro. You're scruffy, so maybe it's a good thing.
It's a good. Is this sort of detail in my fucking beard and mustache?
Yeah, I can see like your face is slightly tinted darker, so it's like it's horrible quality, but it's like
it's the shadows in the room. It's the shadow of the light.
I can see it.
So yeah, Ellen, that was one concept. One concept was not stringing along, but carrying somebody on your back for 3 years, apartment, food, everything, for 3 years straight. And he like forgot her birthday or some shit like that, and she was just fed up, so she cheated on him with some buff beard having rapping nigga.
He was in he that guy was an actor on one of the Purge movies.
Yeah, he was the main character.
Oh, he was in a Purge movie? No wonder.
Yeah. It was a terrible movie. It was a terrible movie.
Dude, all the Purges.
He was like, you died when?
All the Purges are bad. No, he survived. All the Purges are bad, but he was in one of the bad ones. Like, he was in a Purge movie, but he was he's a noob. He's also Kappa, but he
oh yeah, he branded.
Yeah, he was branded. He was branded when he was getting sucked off in the show. But yeah, they were like, a lot of people were split because they were like, if my significant other is 3 years of being not shit, and then I reach a point where I'm like, I don't want to be with you anymore, am I looked at as wrong for cheating on you with somebody who is doing well for themselves?
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's wrong. I mean, I understand why it happened, but it's still wrong. It's like
the wrong is cheating, or wrong is being a bum for 3 years.
I mean, they're both wrong. I mean, both. But with the cheating, it's like the reason why this person's been a bum for 3 years is because you've enabled it, right? So a lot of it is your fault for keeping that person around. So it's like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, but he was a bum and that's why I cheated. I'm like, that's not really a good excuse. Like, you cheated regardless. You should have just like left them or dealt with it. Like, But,
is that easy for you?
You said what?
Is that easy for you, Mr. Suave guy? Just leave them.
No, I'm not saying it's easy, but like, I don't know, if someone was taking advantage of me financially and living in my place, I don't know how. It'd probably make it a lot easier, but like
advantage, he was paying her in love, bro.
Yeah, okay.
He paid her.
Love don't pay the bills, like bro.
That. Love don't cost a thing.
Love don't cost a thing.
Except rent and food.
Well, my love don't.
But yeah, it was that was an interesting dynamic. So as we move forward through the show, the next dynamic that came up, and if we're missing dynamics, please hit us up. The next dynamic that came up was like how you react to breakups. So his reaction to breaking up with her was fucking threesomes and having sex with mad different chicks and shit like that. And it was just like a question of like, how do you personally react when you're left or when you separate from who you're with? So how do you guys react?
His arc was an interesting arc. They both had interesting arcs, but I think his arc seemed like a really good one. Like, he just became a bachelor. He got a good job.
More
money.
He started moving up.
So his arc has just led him that direction where now he's making money. He's smashing cheeks everywhere. He looks like he's living a good life, but he just, he misses the relationship aspect of it. Because, which they touch upon at the end of season 3, where it's just about like, building a relationship and why people go back after getting cheated on. Because he was talking about that with his friends, the little short light skinned guy.
Yeah.
Then because he cheated on his wife like multiple times and she took
continues to. The nigga actually said to him, the cheating guy was like, "Yo, listen, once you cheat, it's no coming back. Like you gotta either keep going with it or just live with your guilt." And the cheating guy was like, "I do it all the time. Like I don't care. I'm gonna keep cheating. And I'm gonna always cheat." Like the nigga don't care. And he was trying to tell Lawrence like, you don't want to step into this cheating life because that's it.
But it was also just talking about like what was it? Just about like, I guess, just forgiveness. And I guess it's and I guess I'll get to another thing, but just really just being forgiving of somebody that you're building something with and understanding. Because like in that narrative, you have three guys and you're getting from two ends, you know, the traditional narrative where it's just the guy cheats, the girl forgives, and then they get back together. Which is why I think specifically with Lawrence, I think they're going to flip that script.
That's why the show hit like that. Yeah. Because the girl is the one that cheated.
Yeah. And I think it's just, but the way they showed it is just, you can understand both sides so well. So I'm rooting for them, bro. I'm rooting for them. That's why Insecure is a good show, which is weird because I don't understand why we never had a show like this prior. Yo, my man, this is exactly like when I saw this shit, I was like, I wish I would, because it's like what it reminded me of, because it's, I think I wouldn't say the main cast, right? Because they have both male and female, but they do focus just as much, if not maybe a little more on the female characters because they just have more. Yeah. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Sex and the City in regards to for women, for different types of personalities. But I think they just executed it a lot better for like, I think just for like our culture.
Yeah.
And it's just like more believable. I think the characters are just way more believable, way more relatable, and maybe that's just because we grew up in that same type of environment and shit like that.
How you feel about
I'm rooting also for Molly and Asian Bay.
I was about to ask you about that
combo. I'm rooting for that combo.
How you feel about Molly, bro? Molly's she's a character. She's the show's bad guy. Every issue she has, every issue she comes up with, it's like, yo, people be like, yo. All right, so boy, one of the major issues with Molly was that she had a guy who was everything she checked off on the list, but he got head in the past from another nigga.
One time. Can I look? Because I saw this episode last week. You mind if I interject?
The what?
Fab, you mind if I just jump in real quick?
Yeah.
Because the conversation started where they were both talking about like just experiences when they were younger, and Molly said, "Yes, I had like a little bit of an experience thing," and she was like, "Oh, it was one time," and then the guy Jared, I remember all these names very clear. He was like, "Oh, I had something similar like that," and she was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Oh, me and my friend, whatever, we got real drunk, this and that," and he just gave me head, and he was like, "Oh, but after that, I knew it wasn't for me." He just took it as like
Saturday night, bro. Remember that time?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, Edward.
Remember that?
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Remember that one time?
Yeah, yo, I have it on film, bro. Come on.
But it's funny because but it's like it bothers her a lot. And then I don't know if you wanted to say anything about that, but he comes back later on. Like this happened season 1, he comes back sometime in season 3.
It makes sense.
But it's funny because when he comes back, she sees him, and the first person that approaches it, Jared, is some guy. So she automatically like steps back and is like, "I fucking knew it." She goes back to her homegirl. She was like, "I knew my gay dog, blah blah blah, this and that." And then when everything is done and everybody's leaving, Jared calls him out. He's like, "Hey, let me say hi." And he's like, "Hey, this is my brother," which is the guy that she saw him with, his girlfriend, and this is my girlfriend. Crazy. And it was kind of like bloop and in her face, like, you don't know what you're talking about. But I think this goes back to what you were gonna get at, Fab, which is I like Molly. Molly got annoying at the beginning, but I think her arc is an arc a lot of us know somebody like we could relate to.
Who's who's just struggling because they have I don't want to say high standards, but it's just like
I think I would say high standards.
You would say high standards?
And I think it's reasonable.
I don't want to say high standards. I think her standards are consistently changing. Like 1 minute she wants this, and then she gets it, and she's like, "All right, but I don't like your feet." And she gets another thing. She's like, all right, but I don't like your jeans. Like she finds something in everybody that she's just not jacking, which is okay because you don't want to settle, but you are faulting yourself for being alone when you are looking for a higher standard. Fine, look for standards, like apply standards to what you want and what you don't want, but don't beat yourself up because you can't find this high level of standard that you are looking for. In my opinion.
No, we're not finished. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, that's not my opinion. That's all.
Man, I feel for her though, man. I can relate.
Oh yeah, you got high standards.
No, not because it's just like you grow up. Like she's a really she's a high achiever in the show. She's just a hard worker, and it's just like you grow up poor. She grew up in the hood too. So it's just like you grow up. You have this expectation. Things are sold to you about what this perfect life that you can have, you can achieve. And then, when you go out into the real world, it's like you're doing so many things at once. And then you realize that like, what was sold to you about life is not necessarily like, what it is. And sometimes it's like, don't focus on what life should be like, according to what someone sold you, but what your life is right now and the good stuff about it.
Damn, there's a lot to unpack just based on what you said. Like, first off, talking about his bisexual experience or his homosexual experience. That's interesting because I've actually had that conversation maybe once with somebody where they knew someone that was in that scenario. And then they said, oh yeah, well, if I was with someone and I knew that they did something homosexual in the past, like I wouldn't be with them. And I asked why. And then they're like, oh, because that's my preference. But it's like they immediately engaged in circular reasoning. And it's like, it was obvious she didn't even consider why she thought that way, right? She didn't consider why that made her uncomfortable, why that made her upset, right? And I think a lot of it has to do with, it's society double standards. It's like cool for women to explore and do different shit, but when a dude does it, it's like it's weird because we still hold men to, like, despite all 2020 feminism, whatever, people supposedly being more open minded. There's
bisexual men are not allowed to exist. There's some people that don't even believe it. But here I am, existing.
Which doesn't make sense. Which doesn't make sense. It's like, what the fuck? So it's like, because you don't believe it, they just fucking disappear. Like, what the fuck? Right. But anyway, but the second part is, it's like a lot of women still expect men to be
men. Masculine.
Yeah. To hit, traditional masculinity despite having quote
and not hit them.
Views.
And not hit them. This is crazy.
So it's like they'll espouse one belief, but their actions show otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So that's one part of it. Second part about the standards, it's like, I don't know, man. It's whenever I feel someone who's like super picky, like there's nothing wrong with having high standards, but particularly on the side of women, it's like, they want this and that. They want a man who's attractive, who makes a lot of money. And I think to myself, like, what do you have to offer? Like, what do you have to match that? And a lot of cases, in my own anecdotal experience, these people don't have anything to match that. Like, they don't. Like they're like, oh yeah, I want a man who's this and that, and it's like, what do you have? So.
My feelings about it. Picky plot. He just spirit bombed you. Well then.
And here I am.
It's true. It's sad. It's like mediocre. I don't know. Like, and it's like, I don't know. It sounds really fucked up, but it's like.
It does sound fucked up. Yeah, it sounds like
it's coming from people who like really haven't done anything, at least in my experience, like, or who've done mildly, like, okay, you have a job, you have this, you have that, but
mildly successful.
Yeah, but they want someone who has $6,000 salaries, six pack, you know what I'm saying? Like the sixes.
They want Ed Boy, they have nothing to offer him. Like, what
you have nothing to offer, and it's like. And it's like, I think in general, like at least on the front end, men and women value things differently. You know what I'm saying? So like, even a woman who's super successful, she's like, oh yeah, I have, you know, X degrees. I have, you know, a 6-figure salary. Why doesn't the man of my dreams want me? You know what I'm saying? So it's sort of like a disconnect.
People don't know what they want.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to know what
I think people know what they don't want, but I don't think people know what they want.
I mean, it's like a sliding scale. Like, I think people know some of what they want, like the ballpark, but it's just about being realistic. And it's really hard to be objective with yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's difficult to say, you know, I want a 10, but I'm a fucking 6. Like, how the fuck am I going to get a 10? Like, that's just what it is, you know? So you have to like put yourself in that other person's mind. Like, what does the successful person that has everything want from a person? If you don't fit that bill, then like you either get there or you move on. Like, that's just reality.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the Purge. The Purge guy, his arc. The last thing I think I remember happening with him is that he did his boy Grimy, his boy that tried to put him on. You remember that part?
I thought he came on. I thought he came on Issa Face, and I ain't seen him in an episode since.
Nah. Well, I was talking about not specifically about him in the relationship, because I feel like besides relationship stuff, like Insecure kind of talks about, you know, some other different types of relationships and stuff like that.
He did his boy Grimy?
I thought he did his boy Grimy. You don't think so?
What? You
it's
have
like
to
his boy.
me, bro,
all right, so here's what I remember, right? His because it seemed like he was just a little bit like so. The Purge, I don't remember what his name is, and this is other guy and Issa. They all went to high school together. So the Purge and this other guy, right? They used to like make music and make beats together and shit like that. So as they got older, the not the Purge, the other guy was the one that blew up, and he's like making beats and shit for like mad famous people. He got to connect and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And the other guy, you know, he feels that like, you know, his shit is more complex. I think most people may argue that his thing is, I guess, quote unquote, better. Mm-hmm. But the other guy's is more commercial. So he was just a little bit too proud to reach out to him and shit like that, whatever. So whatever, they link up and they kind of go back and forth through the beats and shit like that. And they come across a beat that they like, that the one guy likes, but he's like, you know, change it up a bit. So he changed it up. But the Purge guy got like offended because, and this isn't like all flat outside, but this is how I'm interpreting it. He got offended, and then I'll just get back to that. So whatever, they're like, yeah, you know, we're gonna meet up with the rapper. He's gonna listen to the beat and let you know, whatever. So that's cool. Next time they link up, the rapper's there, and they tell the Purge guy, yo, play the beat. So he plays his version of the song, not the version that he told his boy he was gonna play. Mm-hmm. So he was like, yeah, you know, this shit is dope, and he was getting hyped. So his boy was like, oh, yo, we came up with another version too. And his boy played the other version too. And then the rapper was like, yeah, you know, I think both of them dope, but I don't know which one I like more. So then they just kept moving forward, and they ignored both the songs and then didn't use any of the music. And I took that shit as like, you know, you're being a little bit too prideful. Like, you got your homeboy who you're a little bit jealous of because you think he's whack, but that's besides the point. He succeeded. Mm-hmm. And, you know, he opened his arms out to you. He told you what you're going to do. And you know, you were being too prideful, like, as opposed to like seeing this guy as a mentor. You're seeing him too much as a competition, which I saw it more as like, you know, that whole thing where it's just like we're too much about competing with one another instead of like bringing each other up. Because every time he's talking to Issa about that shit, Issa's like the voice of reason. And she's always like, nah, man, you know, let them put you on and stuff like that. You know, like collaborate. Why is it always got to be about competition? So that's what I kind of took out of that. Yeah. And I thought that was kind of grimy.
Yeah. So, I mean, just based on what you said, yeah, I'd agree. I think the only thing, so you're saying there were initially his homie played a version of the song that he didn't play for the Purge guy. but he played it for the rapper at first.
So my fault. The Purge guy and his friend, they agree. They like the Purge guy came with the version A of a song.
Yeah.
The other guy liked the song, but he was like, "Let me change it up a bit," because he's worked with this artist before.
Okay, and he said it out loud to him, like, "Let me change it up." Okay.
Yeah. So no, because they heard it. They changed it up. They both heard it. The other guy didn't really like it, but he was like, "Yeah, whatever. We'll go with it." So they agreed they were going to show that second version. But then when they linked up, he just played He played his version A, and then they played version B. And then the guy was like, "Yo, both of these versions is dope. We ain't doing any of them. Let's move on to the next one because I can't pick."
Yeah, I mean,
did I look too deep into that?
No, I don't think you did. I mean, I agree with what you say. I mean, what you said based on like the scenario. The only thing that I think that the homie that was on should have done, he should have just communicated like, "Yo, like when push comes to shove, I'ma play this," right? I think he should have kept his friend in the loop a little bit more. But overall, his friend does sound like jealous, because if you have a friend who's on, just be proud of him and that's it, and learn from him. Or you could accept, like, if your music is more complex or not mainstream or whatever, build your own audience. Like, there's plenty of, artists who aren't mainstream, but they make a fuck ton of money because they have a dedicated audience that like tunes in specifically for them, So
yeah. They spoke about work stuff. You remember the Molly's work arc? Molly works at that white firm.
The white firm, and they were like, "Yo," they was like,
"Oh yeah."
It was like in a way like she's at a white firm, and they're trying to tell her not to be too black. Like they were like, "Yo, don't be too," And they showed the other girl who was like wild.
Oh, you're talking about the other one, yeah? When they had the extra black girl,
and then when Molly came in, they were like, "Yeah, don't be too," and like they were trying to like say it without saying it. Like
it was flipped the other way around. Molly was the one that was there,
and the other person, the new girl told her to chill, right?
Nah, she told the new girl to chill because the new girl was
wild. And then
my fault, because I saw this shit recently, so I know
you fresh on this shit. They pulled Molly into the office. Like, can you go tell?
Yeah.
What's her name to kind of chill out because she acting a little. People can't say what they want to say. So
Molly's a lawyer or an accountant? A lawyer, right? Yeah, Molly's a lawyer. And she worked at like some white law firm. And I'm sure, y'all can relate to some degree. When you work around the majority white people, you're kind of like token, you're kind of treated a little bit differently. But she found out, the first thing is that she found out that somebody else that I think is in the same position was getting paid significantly more than her. And she was just busting her ass and all this other shit, trying to get raise.
Which sucks.
And she worked really, really hard, and she demanded a raise, and she gave him all the reasons. And the guys are like, "Yeah, this is cool, but whatever." But the annual review is next year, whatever. But it was just a bunch of drama with the work thing, and she didn't feel appreciated, so she ended up going to I'm assuming black owned, but another law firm that's majority black. So, but then what ends up happening is that she realizes that it's bullshit wherever you fucking go.
Yeah,
politics is everywhere.
Bullshit. Yeah, it's politics wherever you fucking go. But I think there was a lesson to be learned about her leaving her job because they were underpaying her, and just knowing like her value. Because I know multiple people, and I can relate, to some degree, sometimes getting stuck in positions for way too long, working way too hard, knowing that, you're worth more, and then just not like pursuing that. Like sooner.
But it was very interesting. I have heard a lot of stories of people getting into certain industries or certain fields, and without saying it, they say you can't have that hairstyle, or you can't talk like that, or you eat that, you can't eat that, or just very, very expected things they want you to do for your job or for your career that just are like, yo, you really don't give a fuck about my culture. Like you want me to acclimate to yours, and it's kind of fucked up,
It's fucked up. I get it. I think the job of a person is to find a place where you can exist, where your culture can exist, because no matter where you go, right? Like you can take any environment, even the loosest environment, there's going to be some, archetype of person that's not going to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? So
always, yeah.
I think it's up to you to either change the culture of the place, right? Or find somewhere new or create your own place, right?
All three difficult.
It's easier said than done, but like if you have skills that are valuable, you know what I'm saying? Like if you put the work in, I'm confident that any person could find their lane,
Just there is another I came across another show on HBO that is Issa Rae is like the executive producer on it. It's called
The Wire.
Not The Wire. It's a comedy. It's a comedy sketch show. I think it's called the Black Woman, the Black Lady comedy sketch show, some shit like that on HBO.
They dropped already? It's out.
Yeah, man. There's a few episodes. That shit is fucking hilarious, son. That shit is fucking hilarious, man.
Have you watched? Oh, wait. Before you go into that, let's talk about The Last Concept.
Which one? There's so many, son. There's so many.
It was a concept with Lawrence. He was dating this new girl, and she basically asked him, like, if she didn't cheat on you, would you still be, yo, boy, my world shook, bro.
Son, that shit.
World shook.
And then you know what it turned to? What is it? A Case of My Ex by Maya. It put that song.
And then he texted him.
That shit was, it's so well produced, bro.
That's when you just sit there like,
don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Edwin, why don't you watch this, bro?
Would you be with her? That's a fucking hitting question.
It is, but like you could ask a similar question at any time in your relationship, like, hey, if you had the opportunity to be with this person, would you? And it's like, oh, fuck.
That's a big one too.
Yeah. But that's something you can drop at any time. And it's like when you're in a relationship, you just have to accept that there's a certain reason why you're with somebody. There's a certain set of circumstances. It's like, I don't know. I think it just shows the insecurity of a person to ask that kind of question. Because it's like, I mean, obviously there's a scenario in which I wouldn't be with you. So why would you ask that question?
Because she hitting parts that niggas ain't even see coming. And it's all dealing with insecurities, man.
So she gave this crazy speech for winning some entrepreneurship award. Did you see that shit?
Nope.
It is fucking hilarious, bro. Yo, she's just like, I grew up in the age of hip hop and shit like that, where like the people that I looked up to were rappers and they're not like humble at all. And then she just goes on some crazy speech, just hilarious ass shit, just shitting on everything, hyping herself up. It's pretty fucking dope, son. Like her speeches are fucking great. They're like a nice mix of like serious and comedy at the same time.
Yeah.
Dude, she's doing her thing, man. I'm so happy. I'm mad. Literally only found out about this. Like, well, I've heard about the show mad long ago, but damn, son, it took mad long.
Have we seen Black as Fuck?
I couldn't make it through the trailer, bro.
It's not.
Oh my god, I couldn't.
The trailer was so fucking like. I was looking for something else and I saw it. I'm like, interesting, right? So I look at the trailer. I'm like, oh yeah, Issa Rae. Oh, these some people I recognize. And then like 15 seconds, I'm just like, oh my god, this shit is like. It's rare that I can't make it through like 2 minutes of something. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. It was bad, bro. It was fucking bad. It was forced. It was forced. I hate that shit.
I told you wouldn't finish that shit.
Yo, you were right. Like, yo,
I couldn't finish it either.
Yo, DK straight up said, he was like, yo, you can't finish this trailer. In my head, I was like, yeah, okay, bro. I could sit through a minute and a half of anything. And then I saw this shit and I just cut it off in like 45. I'm like,
your face just starts, you start like what? What the fuck is this? Like, it just gets worse and worse. I was watching. I did On My Block. I did that. I did.
And that's the base. Peace. Stay tuned next week.
Yo, Ghost just had a stroke. What the fuck?
I did On My Block.
Is your computer gonna turn off? Shitty ass Mac.
Oh yeah, it's heating. It's heating.
Ghost is host with the stroke.
The heating is crazy. Hostess with the strokers. I did On My Block. I did this show called Hollywood on Netflix. I did Extraction with Chris Hemsworth from Thor.
I thought you were about to say Chris Hansen. I was like, what?
Nah. I did Ozark. Finished that. I did a lot.
I've been told Ozark is really good, and I just haven't.
Oh, you haven't watched Ozark?
Look at you.
You gotta
Ozark.
This concept in Ozark we can like hash out in the show because the main character reminds me a lot of Edwin.
Oh, really? So he's annoying.
Fuck him.
Yeah, he's annoying.
He doesn't know how to work computers.
He's mad annoying. Nah, you should definitely. Edwin, this guy is you, bro. If you watch the show, you're gonna be like, oh shit.
Does he wear the taxi cap?
He might as well, right? Nah, but he's definitely Edwin, bro. If you watch the show, you're gonna be like, oh shit, this guy's like,
oh shit,
it's remnants of you, bro. But I watched that. I read a book. I read Children of Blood and Bone. It's an African tale about like powers, and it's tying into the issues that are going on in America, like police brutality and the loss.
Oh, I heard of that book. Doesn't that have like an adaptation, a show adaptation to it?
No, it hasn't yet. I hope it does.
Oh, I think I'm confusing it with some shit.
I think they're gonna make a movie out of it in the future because of what is going on culture wise, like moving forward. But it's a really good book, bro. It's a really not. I don't want to say it's really good. Like it's good, but it's not like, oh my god, I have to read it right now. It's a page turner that keeps you going.
Yeah,
but it's not like super. Don't take yourself off your journey of whatever you're doing to read it. Read it. Read it leisurely. Read it to enjoy. Like don't read it to like find yourself or some shit like that. So I read that straight through, and I picked up the piano.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah.
Did you play it too?
Yeah. I played.
You want to play for us right now?
No, I played.
Oh, yo, we haven't had the artist corner.
Hey,
the bass, the artist corner. We have.
I'm learning how to.
Los Fabuloso.
I'm learning how to play Fur Elise by Beethoven. That's a.
You gotta go like this when you play.
I got throw my head around.
Ray Charles over here.
It's really hard to not look at the keyboard while you play. I don't know how people do it, but
practice.
They get good. That's how.
the story. Yeah, they get good. No, that's a fact. Because I can do it now. Like I'm forcing myself to do it now. But
do
when
you have the piano that lights up?
No, I wish. I wish I had that. That's just this piano shit is hard, bro. I thought it would be just like typing on a computer. It's not. It's not like typing.
There's way less keys, so it's not as hard, right? So the keys are bigger.
Like you know how for computers it's like you put your thumb on F, you put your thumb on J, and you can just start wilding and just get crazy. For the piano, it's you got to stretch your hand to fit the like if you don't have long fingers. It's difficult because you got to stretch your hand to fit A through G on the keyboard. But that's besides the point. OD Joy or Ode to Joy? Ode to Joy?
OD Joy? That's a New York version.
OD Joy. That shit, OD Joy. OD Joy is the easiest shit in the fucking world of learning music, bro. Fuck OD Joy.
What is it? Do you hit it from one end to the other?
Nah. OD Joy is
that's OD fun. That's OD Joy right there.
That's OD Joy. OD Joy is 1 1 2 3 3 4 5s. It's mad easy, bro.
How would we know? You could be making up all this shit.
Center. OD Joy got banned.
OD Joy is OD Joy is mad easy. We don't call it OD Joy. OD Joy is mad easy, bro. OD Joy is the dun dun dun.
Play it right now. Play it.
No, I don't have the piano on me.
Okay, so next time you're gonna play it.
I got you.
Because it's so easy. Because
OD Joy is easy.
He's just gonna go to a YouTube video and play in the background.
OD Joy
just go like.
I'm trying to learn Journey. Don't Stop Believing. I'm gonna pick that up next. Fur Elise is the hardest thing I've ever seen in my life, like in things ever done.
Yo, you should pick up the One Winged Angel.
What's that?
Final Fantasy, Sephiroth.
Oh, say no more.
One Winged Angel.
That's next up. That's next up. I didn't even think about video. I was going to get into video games after I learned like the basic top 10 songs you're supposed to learn for piano, but I'm gonna come to it. When I was learning for Elise, I learned the beginning part, and then there's a part when Beethoven just switches the whole fucking tempo. And I said, why? What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Like, why did he just start bugging? So apparently, he taught the original, the first part of For Elise to some shorty. He taught that to a girl he was in love with. And then he found out she was engaged. So he just fucking started wilding on the piano. So if you listen to For Elise, like the song, you can tell which part. You can find out that this thing got violated. Damn. Like you could listen to the song and be like, oh, this is when he was like, yo, my heart is.
Did he smash though?
Oh, he never killed it, bro. She set him up, she got him to teach her how to play, and then started violating and dip. You can go when you get off this. It's a 2-minute and 48-second song. Go listen to For Elise and watch the video play of the piano, and you're gonna be like, yo, I can see why he started wilding. Like she violated him and he started glitching on the piano, bro. It's fucking crazy.
Relationship.
And I didn't think I would like study other pianists just based on me playing the piano. I thought I was going to just learn on some shit. But I'm like really reading into like the theory of piano and like the math behind it and the logic and all this other extra shit. Shit I don't like. I wouldn't do if it wasn't for a quarantine.
Hey, if you find it interesting, fuck it. Like
I find you interesting.
Like, hey, I know. But you might have just fucking unlocked some shit. You know,
the
like
chakra,
that was a secret. Exactly. You unlock that. Maybe that's your fucking secret.
The TN, the third.
My hidden talent is piano.
Yeah.
Your hidden ability. Yeah, Gekkei Genkai.
+2 music buff. But yeah, no, playing interesting. Playing instruments is cool. Like
instruments.
I wanna get back into it.
What
do you used to play?
I used to play cello.
Okay.
But this was like this is in middle school.
Sing something right now.
You can't. You don't sing the cello, bro. You just pick it up and then try to blow into it and shit. Like
I'm playing. That's.
This fool laughing at his own joke so hard.
Yo, this is peak quarantine. He picks up an instrument and then laughs at himself.
Yeah, I was in the house for a week straight one time, and I started seeing things.
You should have been in your house for about 6-7 weeks straight now. What's wrong with you?
I'm talking about go ahead. No stepping out for walks or breath of fresh airs or like.
Did you believe in ghosts? Okay, that's it. You can continue with your story. Sorry.
That was a yes.
No, I don't really. Yeah,
he doesn't really. He does.
No, I don't really believe. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't really believe in ghosts. Did you hear about the Hornets? The Hornet thing?
The murder hornet? I heard it in passing. I don't know what's actually going on. I'm guessing it's
like it's killer hornets, nigga. You ever seen a hornet?
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, they play basketball.
They kill too, but they can't win the championship.
Ooh.
Right. But
So where are they? Like, what's the story? I didn't even really look into it.
Japan, they came from Japan. They're out here wilding. I don't fucking know. I just know if I see one, I'm glitching.
I saw something like that in like my room once, but it like they're super aggressive. I don't know how it got there.
You saw one in your house?
Here?
No, not here. Like my old place. Okay. But I'm not sure if it wasn't as big as the murder hornets, but it was clearly like a wasp or hornet or something.
It was probably a wasp. Did it have Jordans on? Did it have long, really? Did it have lanky
Bro,
legs?
We're in New York.
Did it have a jersey? It clearly
had Tim's on. Come on.
Did it have lanky legs?
I don't remember. I just remember it being huge. It was like it's bigger, way bigger than a bee.
I'm gonna be upset
if we can't
be outside. Like if we can't be outside because now we're gonna be attacked by
murder hornets,
by hornets, killer bees, and cicadas and shit. Like, what the fuck is next?
I mean, I don't know. Some places. I mean, we're kind of fortunate because we don't live in a place with many natural disasters. Like we had like Sandy or whatever, but like there's places like Oklahoma where there's fucking tornadoes and droughts and fucking shit like that. Like they have to, we're going to rebuild for like the second time in a decade. Like,
Yo, what's actually going on with Latin America? I haven't really kept up with the news at all. And what about Latin? Yeah, and Africa?
As far as I know, like I haven't really heard of huge outbreaks in Africa. I think the worst is like South Africa, basically places where you have people who are transient, like South Africa, North Africa, things like that. But I don't know of any country that's been like hit super hard. But like Latin America has been hit super hard, like particularly Brazil and shit like that. Mexico.
Yeah.
It's fucked, man. It's like, it's just one of those things where you have to, if you institute measures really quickly, you don't have problems, right? Like even if you have a huge outbreak like Korea, they had it the worst and now they're good because they had testing. Like they actually handled it. Unlike us, we had way advanced warning and we didn't really do shit. So.
Well then, what other TV shows you watching?
One series I watched is 1994. It's fucking really, it's good. It's a documentary about, so in 1994, there was like this, there's like this election in Mexico for like the next president, this guy named Colosio. And he was like a huge reformer. He was like a man of the people. He played straight because up until then, Mexico has basically, like you have multiple parties, but it's really a one-party system where it's like only one party has any power in government. Like no other party for like 60 years won any seat anywhere. Like it's basically a dictatorship without it being a dictatorship, right? So you have this huge reformer who comes out of nowhere. The people love him. He's building buzz internationally, and then some guy comes up to him and then shoots him in the head and kills him, right? And then the whole
randomly, and what the fuck?
So this is
a plot twist.
Yeah, so basically the way this guy operates is like he has security, but he's like Superman of the people. So he like didn't follow security detail. He would go up to people, shake hands, he would accept letters, he was slapping fives, like, all pre-Rona shit, right? And someone ended up killing him. And even at the end of the series, I'm not going to ruin it, but it's really fucking good because you have everyone who's alive who was around. Like, you have one of the guys that was accused of killing him. Like, they're interviewing him. They're interviewing, like, everyone who was around. It's like, it's basically sort of like a political drama, murder mystery type thing. It's really fucking good. And it's not that long. It's only like 4 episodes, but it's good as fuck. And it's depressing, though. Yeah, I mean, it's, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh shit, like what's going to happen next? Oh, plot twist is this guy guilty? Because it's like, at first it's very cut and dry what happened. And then after you find out what happened, you find out that there's way more people involved. So that's the only thing I've seen.
DK, what else you been watching?
I'm gonna get a beer.
I was just watching that Westworld. I picked up that sketch comedy show. Really nothing, man. I'm honestly kind of like I'm taking a little break from shit, but I'm still open to suggestions.
Have you picked up any hobbies, bro? Since you've been on the whole, because I know you was picking up hobbies before the quarantine, bro. You was piling hobbies up.
I've been working. I've just been working on just like my tech shit. Like I've been just doing research and building tools that rip data off like public open source data sets, like government data sets. Right now, I'm just trying to see what I can gather about like what kind of education data is out there and stuff like that. But I've just been kind of like working on that and building some of those tools. There's this book I started to read, but I'm not going to say anything about it until I'm done reading it. But yeah, man, I've just been, there's a few things that may be bubbling on the back end, but I'm just trying to, sharpen my engineering skills up, build up a few skills, long-term shit. And that's kind of like it. And cooking, just been cooking up a storm. And that's
you got to record that shit, bro, and put on the bass.
We made Pelni. Edwin made Pelni this week. I made Pelni too the other day.
Yeah, where our cooking games are going up.
Yeah, bro. The next party is gonna be fucking beast.
Yo,
beast, bro.
Yeah,
because our food's so much better now.
Yeah, and it was already fucking good, huh?
You picked up any hobbies or any new skills, anything since the whole being in the house for 2 days?
Not really. I'm just reading a lot more and doing kettlebells and shit. Oh yeah, I'm playing a lot of video games. I'm playing Skyrim again.
Skyrim. I saw you playing that, bro, and that's all you fucking play. You don't play anything else.
Yeah, I was playing.
Nothing else worth playing.
Apparently,
so I was playing. Well, that was like the last week. I've only been playing that last week. Before it was, I went through the Banner Saga series. So
Banner. Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. And then I played that game. I'm just basically going through games that I could just go through because I got the Game Pass or whatever. So I'm like, fuck it. Let me just go through these games. But then I was
playing the Final Fantasy VII remake.
How?
Yeah.
You muted yourself.
How is that?
Yeah, it was really good.
Son, that's the only reason I want to play. I want to play PlayStation.
Really fucking good.
Damn, man, I fucking love the original, bro. I played the original from front to back multiple times, man. I was obsessed with it.
Oh, so then you would love this shit, bro. People are crying.
Son, I beat every in the original game. I got all the stupid little fucking chickens, chocobos. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know what them shits is. I beat all the fucking weapons. I got everything. Everything, son. I was a fucking nerd. Man.
Yo, that shit looks like Devil May Fantasy 7.
Yeah, it looks so dope though. I look forward to playing it. I heard they changed it up, so looks like they're gonna.
It's a different mechanic in regards to in regard to.
Yeah, it's not like the turn-based.
It's not a turn-based material.
Yeah.
It looks like
they don't. It's like a fighter.
They don't have materia.
Like
do they have materia?
They have materia. They have They still have their basic summons and all that extra shit.
It's kind of like Dark Soulsy, like not the same sort of game, but like that third person sort of. It's like a third person, action game with RPG elements. That's what it looks like.
Should look like Kingdom Hearts. No.
Yes. That's
exactly what that should look like. Kingdom Hearts, except Final Fantasy.
It's like adult Kingdom Hearts, bro.
They reskin Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, and we think
didn't Tetsuya Nomura make Kingdom Hearts? I think the guy who made Final Fantasy VII made Kingdom Hearts, or it was on the first Kingdom Hearts, so that would make sense.
Didn't Kingdom Hearts 3 come out? I never played a Kingdom Hearts game though, but they always look fun. But like, didn't the third one come out?
Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, it was. Excuse me, Tetsuya Nomura he's the Final Fantasy creator. He created Final Fantasy 7, 10, and Kingdom Hearts. And yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 did just recently come out. They skipped an entire generation, bro. I haven't played it.
recently.
Oh yeah, my fault. I'm
like December.
Recent relative to Kingdom Hearts 2, son. Yeah, I remember playing Kingdom Hearts 2 my senior year in college. I mean, excuse me, in high school. So that was like 06, 05 is when that shit came out.
I tried to play Kingdom Hearts and I fall asleep.
Well, I played that shit, yo. I was obsessed with that shit when it came out. So.
No, three.
Oh, 3? I didn't play it.
I've never fell asleep playing a video game. I just turn it off if it sucks. Like you fall asleep.
Fall asleep, bro.
Damn.
There's a sequence where you have to travel across fire. I fell asleep while traveling across the fire, bro.
That's the worst time to fall asleep. when you're on fire. What the fuck?
I woke up, this nigga's dying. I'm like, why are you dying? I'm turning it off, bro. I was like, I'm not gonna play this shit no more. I'm gonna have to I don't know when I'm gonna play it, but Kingdom Hearts just doesn't. I played 1, I played 2 religiously, but 3, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's like too.
It's more Disney.
Maybe you've outgrown it. Like, you know.
Right? Yeah, it gotta be something, but I can't. I want to fuck niggas up with my Keyblade, but I want to do it awake.
You want to do it in Smash Brothers? He'd be a good Smash.
Yeah, he'd be a great Smash.
Even though it's another one character.
One day, I think he needs to be put in Smash Brothers, bro.
Yo, he's always been demanded. Always.
I mean, he fits aesthetically because it's like Smash Brothers is like. I mean, it's not a kids game, but it kind of is. So it's like he fits in. Right. Like he has a cartoony sort of. You know.
So they put Snake. They can put Sora.
All right, they put Ryu. They can put Sora. They can
put Master Chief.
No, you're supposed to pick a character, and then say they can put.
You know.
All right.
Well done.
We podcast for 2 hours.
Nah, I just got on a little bit before.
You recorded for 2 hours?
No. It's I held the group chat. Like I started the group chat at 7, and I just put a password on it. And I just kept it on because I was like, fuck it, why not? So we've been chatting for an hour and a half. That's an hour more than it is.
Interesting.
The group chat has been created. This specific chat.
Yeah, I understand.
It was created to an okay.
You just said the same shit again.
I didn't know, man. I just maybe it didn't take in, bro. You have an Apple computer, so I don't fucking know.
That's funny. What do you got?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Apple people forget to get the mic stand. A Windows person would never, or Android person would never forget. All right, my fault. What were you saying?
I was going to do the sign out, and then we could talk business.
All right, do the sign out when I'm gonna stop the recording.
All right, it's the
what?
I don't know. It's jitsi.org. Nah, it's the base.
I cover that shit, you dumb fuck.
Oh, with us? Oh, my bad. It's the base. LOSO __G.
DK.
Ed boy.
And that's the base.